KBN presents The House That Faith Built, a channel where we document, dialogue, and display positive images of our people building homes, going off-grid, and developing agriculture. We are your host. I'm Nashia.
And I'm Aya.
Episode 3, The Subfloor, How We Got Started. So in our last episode, you saw us begin building the foundation, which was just us cleaning up the rusty trailer and then putting on the floor deck for the trailer to suspend the actual floor joist and the subfloor that we're building in this current episode. And so what you're going to see in this episode is us extending further on top of that. We're going to put the subfloor on top of the yellow trailer, which is the floor we will actually be standing on in the house, which is made up of 2x4s and 4x4s, and we're going to show you that construction. Now, this time that it took us to do the construction was condensed over about a week and a half worth of time. Some of it is some live footage from a Facebook live video, and then the others are just recorded on like our cameras and whatnot. So you'll see a string of these videos kind of condensed and compressed down into a manageable amount so you can see how we got that far. So yeah, again, this is episode 3, and we're going to show you how we built the subfloor. Let's get it.
Okay, I think I figured it out, you guys. Hey YouTube, Knottie-Lyfe. So I'm just checking out a camera we had laying around, but we figured that it might actually record way better than our cell phone. So we're trying it out today to see what it is.
So yeah, what you saw there was the blocking, and there is the deck. That's the subfloor subdeck. And this here is a preview of the actual subfloor that we stand on. So this next video clip gets into that.
Hey y'all, we out here doing a nighttime build because Texas got like really hot today, and we ain't got time for none of that, so we had to come out here past 7 just to get some work done. Legally it's 10.
Here in this complex.
Well, we ain't running outside, it's a drill. Right? Drill's not nearly as loud as the car.
That's what I'm saying. I might do a couple of this.
Locked and loaded.
First joist.
I heard it's better that your lumber like sucks right up on there so that there's no space.
Yep.
Touch my booty. Right on the line.
Not really. You're inside the line of motor.
He was like,
About the cuts.
this.
And driving where you're supposed to.
I was like, ooh, I felt the heat. Yeah, nosy. About to run right into me.
Would've got killed too.
I know, babe. We can't put that on here now. He's killing people. He loves his life. He's killed.
You'll do this next one.
Yeah. More?
Yep, one right here.
Straight forward.
What you get straight? Oh, right here.
Oh.
The same way you was doing.
At that level?
There you go. That's good. Once you feel it stop, you can stop. Whew, sweaty out here, man. One more. Yeah. Come right here.
Where you are? So this don't look like
It is.
looking up.
There you go.
Like
The drill?
yeah.
No, it's fine. Just drive it in. You're good.
Now
No. Well, we don't want our joist attached like that, so we gotta back those out. Lower the hanger.
Oh.
See, we gotta get this like that.
Now
This
this.
has to go down. You just-
It needs to be cool like this at like 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock it was 82 degrees. Did you know that?
Yep, I knew that. I seen 87 in the car when you came home.
Gosh.
Lumber store.
This ain't even summer yet. I'm not ready. Pow! There we go. One fell on here.
This one.
Yes.
Please.
Yes, there
I want to see it irritated, not show your eye.
It always works the best. That's why the car is like, "Burr, burr."
What we have here is me putting in the first span of floor joist. I have to use the joist hangers, which are a product that you can get from pretty much any Home Depot or Lowe's. Pretty nifty little things right there. The old way would have been to just actually toenail or screw in through the actual flat side of the 2x4 into the middle of this 2x4, and the only thing that would have been supporting it would have been those two screws. So if those screws or those nails give out, then your floor gives out. So this, you can kind of do that and put the joist hangers on, which they just sit in there like a little cup that hangs and holds the floor joist in. So they're pretty tight. I like them. So I'm putting one in, moving it around, adjusting it, realizing, oh crap, I didn't put it low enough, so it was sticking up, and that's going to cause an issue later when we go to put the actual OSB on for the floor or the plywood. So we said, okay, we'll readjust that and remove it and lower it down. We got a little bit more efficient with our process after this point, which you'll see here in a minute. And basically we started measuring and using a ruler, and I think setting them like maybe 1/4 of an inch down from the top, so they're all at the same exact level. And right here you see me just kind of making sure that my actual spanners that hold the floor joist, 4x4s, are all even with each other so that the floor is square. There's many ways you can do it. You can use the Pythagorean theorem. I actually didn't have a way to measure the corners at this time. I didn't buy that tool, so we were just using this old school method, just finding the most straight board you have that's actually a plumb level and square, and then measuring everything up to that. Like with anything, there's more than one way to skin a cat, so that's pretty much what you see here. It was actually wifey that had showed me from the angle she was standing at, oh babe, I don't know if this is necessarily level over here or plumb, so you know, then I was like, oh okay, and that's what I brought that board out for. So we got that squared away. And I got more efficient, like I said, so I started measuring 16 on center all the way down each spanner, the whole way from the bottom to the top. And that made it easier for me to line up these joist hangers so that they're all even, so that the floor wasn't, you know, out of whack or out of square. So, yep. So yeah, as I stated, these spanners, the things I'm referring to as spanners, are also called rim joists. It just depends, really. Either way, I'm adjusting these because we found out that they weren't square level or plumb. So we're getting that squared away right here. And that's pretty much the gist of it. Then that makes it easier, like I was saying before, to go ahead and lay out your, what do you call those things? Joist hangers in a row, all in one foul swoop, so you can get it done all at one time instead of doing one piece at a time. It was just like slowing everything up. A lot of times with this building in Texas, man, it's like crazy freaking hot all day, 100 degrees or more, and I'm not for that. I'll rather just wait until it's a little bit cooler, where it's not, you don't have to compete with the sun outside, because you're already going to be sweating like hell anyway. So that's why this build, when you're looking at this video right now, it looks like we're outside at nighttime. That does change over the days. It just kind of depends on how the weather's acting. But a lot of times we do wait until it's sundown to start building. So here you see me kind of just bumping it up and getting it square and plumb right up to the edge, which is going to make the entire building much easier to build, or at least it would have. You'll know what I'm talking about when I say it would have here in the next couple episodes. Here you see me just basically taking an extra scrap 2x4, using it to measure 16 on center, because see here at the end of these 4x4s, there's actually going to end up being a 2x4 that's like an actual another rim joist or a cap joist on the end. And you'll cut this 2x4 down the middle. A 2x4 is actually not 2 inches, they're like 1.5 inches wide. So you're going to cut that in half, which is 0.75 inches. And from that mark, you're going to go 16 inches, and then that'll be the center of your beam or your floor joist. That's pretty much what 16 on center means. So you kind of need a template rim joist or a cap joist to kind of give you the idea of where your 16 on center is going to fall, and then from there you measure 16 on center on every center all the way down to the back. And for us, that was a span of 22 feet long that we had to go. So I was doing them one floor joist at a time, and that was just getting to be a little bit hectic. So like I said, I got a bit more crafty with my approach, and it sped things up for me to just put one whole side in at a time, because there's 2 bays of floor joist with this construction. Normally you would see just an entire single span of a floor joist, but the reason why I engineered it the way I'm doing it here instead of what you might normally be used to seeing is because the trailer wasn't that wide. It was like less than 6 feet wide at its widest point, I think. And so to make sure that the 2x4s weren't spanning a distance too far that they couldn't handle the load, like I think you can go unsupported on 2x4 like up to approximately 6'4", and I didn't want to get anywhere near its full limitation. So I broke those measurements in half and gave myself 2 bays so I could guarantee that the floor joist would be strong enough. Even if they were over an unsupported distance, it would be less than their maximum allowance. And that's pretty much what I did. So that saved a lot of time and headache doing it this way. It looked kind of cool, and it was gonna, like I said, about 22 feet. So per each side there was 15 joist hangers. So for each bay there was 30, and for both bays, including both sides, it was 60 total. A lot of floor joist hangers needed to be put in. Crazy stuff. So that was the first night of work. This is the second day. It was so much work, man, to be honest with you. And it was hot and sweaty, so I was like, okay, let me just do what I can do this evening, and then we'll work on it some more the next day. This is that next day. I'm still on that what do you call those things, the rim joist, that rim joist over there, which is a 4x4. I'm working the 16 inches on center all the way back from that end. where the tree is all the way back to the garage where the other end is. And I think I got my marks on the outside rim joist on the tire that you see, and the one in the middle. I got those, but I'm working on this last side over there. So that is what I'm doing there. And I believe in the next clip we should have me start laying out the rest of the joist hangers and the actual floor joist. In this next scene, the wife is just going to be explaining how far we got. I think she does something like knocks off one of the joist hangers. I must have went to the store to get some more lumber or something. And then she did a good job putting it back. I didn't even know she did it.
Okay, where is this microphone so that I'm not doing the thing wrong? But this is how far we got so far. He's hanging some joist hangers. Look at that precision. Whew, y'all don't even know. I think because I'm a Virgo, but I love when stuff is measured correctly and leveled and all that stuff. So this is a turn on. Ooh. My man did this. So this is where we are this far. I'm gonna come back. He had to go to the store to get some more screws because he ran out. These things on here are sturdy. Ooh, that's what I get for touching it. To be honest with you, he gonna kill me. Ain't no screws in that one, so I wouldn't have known. He gonna kill me. And it's all filled great. I can't even hide from that. Shoot. Y'all about to watch me try to do this. Hold on. If I hammer this thing, hopefully he will not know what I did. If he does know, it's because you guys told him. Better not tell. Alright. Now to put the hammer back exactly how he had it. I think the hammer was like that. Sitting exactly like such. When he comes back and he says, "Why is my hammer moved?" I'll be like, it's really windy. But we'll see. Got windy all of a sudden. What? The smell? I gotta heat that up. Oh, I guess it worked after all. He didn't even notice a thing. Haha.
Yeah, she got me. I didn't even know. You see me working here, I just went right back to work and was like, no problem. Didn't see anything. She didn't even tell me till the next day, y'all. She was like, "Babe, yeah, I messed your whole shit up. I knocked that off of there and everything. You didn't even know, did you?" She put it back good though, so like I say, I had no idea.
You done? You had to come look at your work. You did it, sir. You did that. Honestly, all I do is supervise. That's my job. Supervise. Make sure that you stay neat and putting your protective wear on.
This has been another Positive Black production. This is your brother Knottie-Lyfe. I'm here signing off, letting you guys know I appreciate you coming through and checking out our video. I'm gonna pass the mic to Aya.
Hey guys, this is Aya. Once again, I want to thank you for stopping by and checking out our tiny house build. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more Black positive builds, then go ahead and subscribe to Knottie-Lyfe and be sure to get all the updates to all our new videos.
And make sure you super smash that like button if you love us one time. Holla at your boy.
And peace.